Dalet Extend is the effort that we do across the whole of the Dalet company to bring all of our 3 technology platforms, Galaxy, Amberfin, and Brio, to be ready to move to the cloud and move to agile infrastructures, implementing next generation operations, and allowing you to have new business horizons. And if we look at what we do in general with cloud type of workflows, there's actually 3 different types of workflows that we allow for our customers. The first one, which is what I call hybrid operations, is actually taking your traditional workflows and using virtualized and cloud infrastructure to bring flexibility to the underlying infrastructure on which you're running your operations. If I move to the complete other side of the spectrum, there's solutions that we call native cloud solutions, and we'll have an example of that later, which is basically bringing together a complete workflow, a complete end-to-end operation that is running natively on the cloud. And then something that's very interesting that we see in terms of the transition from, let's say, traditional systems to virtualized and cloud-based systems is what I call edge cloud solutions. An edge cloud solution consists in taking a subset of a workflow, elevating it into the cloud, but having it very tightly connected to the rest of the workflow. So it could be things like managing ingest workflows in the cloud, disaster recovery type of operations. And I'd like to illustrate that with 2 different ideas. The first one is the new offer that we're bringing and announcing at NAB this year, which is the business continuity offering that we're proposing based on cloud. And the second thing, which will be the presenter after me, is the case study of ClipBen, which is a native cloud solution. So let me start with the business continuity offer and explain what we're trying to do here. If you think about the problem of business continuity, often what's hard to do is to think of what you actually want to achieve with business continuity and then find how you want to implement it. And up to now, there's been always a number of challenges to implementing business continuity. The first thing is that it's hard to have a clear, well-defined scope of what you want to protect against and what is the scope of your disaster recovery. The second thing is the cost of the infrastructure for business continuity was often quite expensive, and you had to over-provision all the hardware infrastructure to be able to go into operations in business continuity. And the last one, which is probably the most common problem that we see, is that the operational teams that need to move into a business continuity process often lack the training, the experience, and aren't prepared. And what we're trying to do is that with the cloud, you have new ways of handling much more smartly the problem of business continuity. Using the flexibility of cloud infrastructure, using the fact that we're introducing new pricing models for the Dalet systems, which allow you to go into operational type of OpEx type of pricings. And finally, the fact that using the cloud, you can have the ability to spin up and spin down your infrastructure very easily so that you can easily train your teams to actually use the business continuity system. So what is the offer and the proposal that we have for business continuity with Dalet? The objective that we want to bring forward to our customers is to enable them to continue their critical operations in case of failure of their existing primary Dalet system, covering cases like plant maintenance, like cyber threats, power or network failures, or natural disasters. And the way we try to do that is we build a small-scale system that enables the continued operations that can be spun up in a few minutes, that will be receiving the recent content on a constant basis, and that system can be hosted on private cloud, on public cloud, or on premise on a secondary site, but it can also be purchased through flexible type of pricing. So how does it work? This is my existing Dalet site that's in production, and there is a smaller site running in the cloud. In normal operations, you're continuously feeding recent content to the business continuity system. In case of failure of the main system, you can have a subset of your users that can connect to the system which is running on the cloud. The system on the cloud will automatically scale up to handle that additional load. And so you can do the production, and you can connect to a remote bureau, a secondary site, to be able to do, let's say, SDI-based operations like ingest or playout, or if you need to have a small studio production, you can connect on that. And so what that allows you to do is build a very flexible way of addressing business continuity problems. And what that brings is, for addressing this problem of business continuity, you can really leverage the cloud to have a cost-effective approach, covering end-to-end workflows in a simple way, leverage the cloud to optimize your costs, and easily scale up and scale down. So that's the overview of what we're proposing now and launching at NAB around the business continuity offerings that are leveraging cloud technology. Now I'll hand over to our customer Klippen, which will explain what they're doing with us in terms of the native cloud solution.